Gary Schaffer became chief of police at the Carcer City Police Department at an unknown time prior to the events of Manhunt. While in that position, he started to take bribes from Starkweather, and in return gave him unlimited access to large sections of Carcer City in order to create his snuff films.
Who's lost?
What? Are you fucking...
Oh, shut up and get some of your boys to take care of it. Don't file the arrest report. Don't kill him either. Send both to me.
Hey, remember who you're talking to, you son.
Listen, you fuck, it's your job to clean up this city's mess. That's what you get paid for.
Shit.
2 years prior to the events of Manhunt, he was put on trial for corruption charges, but was found not guilty due to all the witnesses disappearing from the case. Though unconfirmed, it is not unlikely that he had a part to play in that.
There ain't any escaping Carcer City, asshole!
After Cash escapes from Starkweather's trap in the Darkwoods Penitentiary and kills Ramirez, along with his hit squad of war dogs, Schaffer is contacted by Starkweather as a last resort, and is ordered by him to capture Cash and a journalist who had recently been investigating the director's activities. Schaffer dispatches multiple officers and SWAT teams to Central Carcer to apprehend Cash, and has the journalist's apartment raided in an attempt to seize evidence of Starkweather's crimes.
Okay, pull over here.
But it's another block or two to my apartment.
Just shut up and stick with me if you want to stay alive.
My place is upstairs. Here, I got the keys.
Cash escorts the journalist to her apartment, killing many officers along the way.
Everything I need is in that box under the table.
Good. Take it and get out of town.
But you're not coming with me?
I'm going to deal with Starkweather personally. Thank him for my second chance. You're my backup if I don't make it. Have a nice life.
After securing the evidence, he sends her off and fights his way through the SWAT-infested Carcer City subway, and finally shakes the police off at the rail yard.
Sure, you'll never get out of that subway alive.
Roger, we're at the station.
This is Charlie Leader. Power has been shut off. Repeat, power is off.
Suspect is believed to be in the area. Approach with extreme caution. He is armed and is considered to be highly dangerous.
CCPD! Hold it right there! Hey, we got him! Woohoo! Put your hands up! Shoot that cop killer son of a bitch!
After Starkweather is killed by Cash, the journalist mentions in a report that Schaffer's involvement with Starkweather's snuff film ring had been found out and he was arrested, although his lawyers have stated that he intended to plead not guilty.
Acclaimed movie maker Lionel Starkweather has been found dead today, along with several of his bodyguards, at his estate at the Wapona Hills residential district. In what investigators are calling a bloody vendetta, an unknown assailant infiltrated the compound, killing Starkweather, but more interestingly, leading police to the site of a snuff film ring being run from the estate's confines. Linked to this ring is Carcer City's own police chief, Gary Schaffer, whose lawyer stated that he intends to plead not guilty.
Let's give Mr. Starkweather a show to remember. Move it!
Ramirez is a character and secondary antagonist in Manhunt. He is a hulking, one-eyed Afro-Latino ex-soldier and the leader of the War Dogs.
Time to get out there and nail that bastard. War Dogs? Yeah!
Ramirez can be seen giving orders to various gangs with the game, including the white supremacist group The Skins. He is also Lionel Starkweather's go-to guy.
Ramirez! You let Cash slip his leash. Bring him to heel. Failure Failure isn't an option. Now go.
He is no stranger to have a starring role in Starkweather's productions after previously starring in his own movie, Let's Play Ramirez Says. He makes a number of appearances with the game, including White Trash, Grounds for Assault, View of Innocence, Kill the Rabbit, and Divided They Fall. And his weapons of choice are a sniper rifle and shotgun. Ramirez first appears in White Trash, ordering the skins to kill Cash.
Give me that. I'm here.
Okay, you limp dicks. Let's give Mr. Starkweather a show to remember. Move it!
Ramirez then appears again in Grounds for Assault, ordering the War Dogs to kill Cash.
Fall in and listen up. Eddie, it's time to get out there and nail that bastard. War Dogs? Yeah!
These freaks call themselves the War Dogs. Real dickless, gung-ho losers.
Ramirez also appears in View of Innocence, ordering the innocents around.
You, get out to the graveyard. You, I want you up there. And I want you to follow him over to the mall. Now fucking move!
Cash first directly encounters Ramirez at the War Dogs' apartment in Divided They Fall. Ramirez has orders to make sure that Cash is killed, and by the end of the scene, only one will be left alive.
Where do you think you're going, man? Huh? Huh? What the? You think you're tough? Think you're tough? I'll rip your fucking head off! Don't you wanna play anymore? You like hide and seek? You like hide and fucking seek? Well, we're coming for you, asshole.
What's the matter, little boy?
Ready or not?
It's our turn now. Run! Run!
You don't find him soon, I'll shoot you myself.
Ramirez is later killed by Cash as he attempts to request reinforcements.
You're my big, ugly Alice. So go on, follow the White Rabbit.
The White Rabbit is a nickname given to a man who is dressed up in a bunny suit and who is a recurring star in Starkweather snuff films. The White Rabbit's specialty seems to be luring people into traps for them to be ambushed and killed. Going by his dialogue, the White Rabbit may not be insane. Lines such as,
This wasn't the deal! This wasn't the deal!
could mean that Starkweather intended the White Rabbit to be kept alive. The White Rabbit tends to act very cocky and taunts Cash frequently.
You made it! Oh dear, you see, you didn't make it after all!
However, he gets very scared when Cash goes after him.
You're supposed to be dead! Oh fuck! He's after my freaking...
If Cash surprises him by aiming a gun at him, he will put his hands up and surrender. He does try to defend himself when he is carrying a gun.
This wasn't the deal!
In the events of Manhunt, as Jamesville Cash nears the end of his time as a snuff film star, the White Rabbit shows up, and Cash is instructed to follow him. The rabbit leads Cash into several traps where Cash gets ambushed by Smileys. He then continues to follow the rabbit into a workshop room where Starkweather's plan to let Cash die.
What can I say? You are a good leading man. The audience will love you. Don't expect any royalty checks where you're going.
The rabbit is shocked to see Cash still alive, thus the rabbit runs away again, and Cash pursues him.
Oh fuck! He's after my freaking...
Outside, 3 Cerberus guards are seen patrolling the guard tower, where the White Rabbit himself hides. Up there, the rabbit has armed himself with a shotgun, and is accompanied by a Cerberus guard carrying a sniper rifle.
This wasn't the deal! wasn't deceived.
Cash finally kills the White Rabbit and takes the key he was holding to exit the prison. In the events of Manhunt 2, during Broadcast Interrupted inside the TVMK studio, an actor dressed up in the same suit as the White Rabbit can be seen hanging from a microphone cable in front of the Frankie and Freaks decor.
The Cerberus Leader is a major character and antagonist in Manhunt, the head of Lionel Starkweather's personal security unit, the Cerberus.
Get ready, boys. He's coming.
The Cerberus Leader makes his first appearance in the ending cutscene of Road to Ruin. At various points in the game, he still makes his appearances, transporting Cash to several locations, as ordered by Starkweather. In the opening cutscene of Key Personnel, he's seen taking the elevator key from a Cerberus member.
Have you locked the elevator? Nobody gets anywhere near Starkweather. Give me the key. Yes, sir. I want you to go down to the basement and turn off the motor. We can't be safe with these two bastards running around. We're on it, sir.
In this mission, the Cerberus Leader is fought not only as a hunter, like his men, but as a boss, and therefore the player must kill him to complete the level.
Go, go, go!
The Cerberus Leader, with many of his men, are all ultimately killed by Cash himself, while trying to hunt and kill Cash and Piggsy.
Piggsy is a deranged cannibalistic mass murderer who wears a skinned pig's head over his face and slaughters his victims with a chainsaw. Appearing to be an obese middle-aged man, he is also completely inhuman in behavior and has lost all connection with reality. His mental state has degraded into an animalistic and childlike state, as he seems to only be capable of speaking a few basic words or mimicking a pig's grunts and squeals.
No more. Pigsy's angry.
He is a remorseless killer, butchering all those who come across his path with his chainsaw. Because of this, Piggsy became Starkweather's star performer in his snuff films. The director kept him chained and locked up in an abandoned attic on his estate, and fed him human flesh, which was delivered to him by Cerberus guards. Despite the fact that they were cold-blooded professional killers, the Cerberus operatives treated him with both genuine fear and disgust. He is the final adversary Cash faces off against in the story, and is a deadly opponent. Sometime before the events of Manhunt, Piggsy was enlisted by Starkweather to perform in a snuff movie ring. It is commonly believed that Piggsy was James Earl Cash's predecessor, but he became insane due to the violence, and he was seen as a weak yet entertaining person to use. He had a long and successful career in the Starkweather Company, releasing such movies as Piggsy's Greatest Hits and Piggsy's Bloopers. Sometime after these films were produced, Starkweather locked Piggsy away in an attic on his estate before employing James Earl Cash. While locked away in the attic of the estate, Cerberus guards are seen feeding Piggsy human remains. Piggsy eventually confronts Cash and ambushes him in an elevator. Cash escapes the elevator and finds himself in the abandoned attic of the estate, with Piggsy hot on his trail. They hunt for each other in the attic until Cash is able to cripple Piggsy with 2 glass shards and a wooden spike. Piggsy, wounded and scared for his life, retreats to his lair. Cash follows in pursuit. He chases Cash to the top of the estate's spiraling staircase, just outside of Starkweather's room, and confronts Cash for the final time.
Piggsy's angry. Piggsy forgot why here. Pigsy's home. Pigsy's gonna
Hey, tough guy, wake up. You're not dead. Well, not yet, anyway.
Lionel Starkweather, also known as the director, is a major character and the main antagonist of Rockstar Games' Manhunt.
Now only you can hear me, and that's the way you're gonna want it, because I'm your only way out of here.
The twisted mastermind behind the whole scenario, the director communicates to James Earl Cash through an earpiece until Cash kills the White Rabbit. He tells Cash where to go, and sometimes gives instructions on performing certain special tasks.
There's a nail gun in that trailer, if you can stand the smell.
Starkweather's personality is ultimately that of a perverted and immature psychopath who is utterly devoid of any form of moral compass, empathy, or remorse. He is very impatient and shows absolutely no regards towards anyone's death. He gets very excited after Cash kills a hunter, and becomes annoyed to the point of throwing childish tantrums if Cash waits around too long.
Move your hairy ass!
He is also shown to be manipulative and dishonest, as Starkweather promised to release Cash if he participated in his snuff films. However, in reality, he was planning to have Cash murdered by the Smileys. Another example is after Cash rescues his family members, Starkweather heartlessly orders the Innocents to execute one of his relatives.
You must understand, Cash. I could never let them go. Where were your family when you were facing your final moments in the chamber anyway? You've left your old life, your old self behind. I'm all the family you need now.
Starkweather is not only motivated by his sadistic and hedonistic impulses, but his own psychotic beliefs as well. Although he's producing snuff films for the black market, Starkweather still views himself as a great director and artist. Many of his quotes praising Cash's executions revolve around a delusional belief that he will make him a star, and bragging that Cash will turn the slash world on its head. Despite all the countless indirect murders he's committed, Starkweather ultimately proves himself to be a coward. He relies on Ramirez or the Cerberus into doing his dirty work for him, while hiding in a secure mansion. When Starkweather is confronted by Cash at the end of Manhunt, he attempts to kill him with a revolver. However, Starkweather resorts to running away, and futilely attempts to negotiate with Cash into sparing his life after he runs out of ammo.
Cash, I made you!
Although the director seems to hold all the hunters he employs in low regard and regularly insults them, he seems to reserve particular disdain for the Skins. He appears to be disgusted with their overt racism, referring to them as dumbass supremacists, stating they are always blaming others for their inadequacies.
These Skins are boring me, dumbass supremacist bastards, always blaming others for their inadequacies. Butcher them, Cash! Cut them up! Beat them down and choke the fucking life out of them!
Lionel Starkweather was once a successful Vinewood film director until his movie started to flop badly and his career was finished. Later, he moved to Carcer City and developed an obsession towards morbid acts of violence. Soon, Starkweather began producing underground pornography and snuff films, which he sold to certain Japanese businessmen. His newfound success made Starkweather very rich, allowing him to open an illegal company named Valiant Video Enterprises. Eventually, Starkweather began working with various criminals and hired local psychopaths, including Ramirez, to serve him. Starkweather also employed a group of mercenaries known as the Cerberus to serve as his personal bodyguards. At some point, Starkweather exacted his revenge on those who ruined his career by filming their murders in a video collection he entitled Director's Cut. Starkweather began paying off the CCPD police chief Gary Schaffer, allowing him absolute control over Carcer City and all the gangs participating in his snuff films. At one point, he purchased a mansion, which was designed by the Las Venturas Planning Department and built in Wapona Hills. With all this power, Starkweather remained isolated in his mansion, watching everything through security cameras and paying people to do all his dirty work.
Hey, tough guy, wake up. You're not dead. Well, not yet, anyway.
At some point, a journalist discovered Starkweather's snuff film ring and began gathering evidence against him. Meanwhile, Starkweather found out about James Earl Cash and decided to direct a movie starring him. In doing so, he bribes the police and prison officials into releasing Cash from death row.
You're getting a second chance. Another throw of the dice. As far as the world is concerned, you died back in the chamber. Justice was served. James Earl Cash is rotting in hell. Hey, get a grip and calm down. You're probably suffering from shock, and I'm here to help. Pick up the ears. Put it on. Go on. That's better. Now only you can hear me. And that's the way you're gonna want it, because I'm your only way out of here.
Cash is given an earpiece so Starkweather can talk to him and instructs him to perform various tasks, while Starkweather watches and films it through security cameras. He also has many sections of the city blocked off by electric fences, which he can open once Cash has completed a task. He has the Cerberus transport Cash to each location, while Ramirez organizes the hunters.
Now fucking move!
Hold up, Cash. You and your family weren't exactly close, am I right? It's just that I thought it would be nice to have a surprise reunion. But these war dogs didn't see it my way, and they've taken matters into their own hands. They're using them as bait, Cash. Bait! I know! I can hardly believe it myself. Each time they spot you, these war dogs are going to execute one of your beloved family.
He soon has Cash's family kidnapped for him to rescue. Regardless of doing so, Starkweather still has at least one of Cash's family members killed anyway, and shows the footage to Cash, enraging him.
Where were your family when you were facing your final moments in the chamber anyway?
Nearing the end of the film, Cash is set to die, but he manages to fight back and escapes. Starkweather even orders Ramirez to stop Cash, but Ramirez himself is ultimately killed. He then, as the corrupt police chief Gary Schaffer, send police forces after Cash and the journalist. Cash soon breaks into Starkweather's estate and kills the Cerberus guarding the compound. After an intense fight with Piggsy, Cash grabs Piggsy's chainsaw and enters Starkweather's office as he attempts to defend himself with a revolver, but fails. Starkweather pleads for his life and tells Cash, "I made you." Cash finally brutally murders him with the chainsaw, disemboweling him before sinking it into his head.
Cash, I made you!
That is everything we know about the director Lionel Starkweather in Rockstar Games' Manhunt. If you want more Manhunt lore, remember to like and subscribe, and join the Discord server to have fun with the community. Thank you for watching.
Acclaimed movie maker Lionel Starkweather has been found dead today, along with several of his bodyguards, at his estate at the Wapona Hills residential district. In what investigators are calling a bloody vendetta, an unknown assailant infiltrated the compound, killing Starkweather, but more interestingly, leading police to the site of a snuff film ring being run from the estate's confines. Linked to this ring is Carcer City's own police chief, Gary Schaffer, whose lawyer stated that he intends to plead not guilty.
Mr. Nasty is the name given to a mysterious unseen character mentioned in the Valiant Video Enterprise Winter-Spring catalog, which is the instruction manual for Manhunt. Mr. Nasty is the anonymous face of Starkweather's film business, and is believed to be the main villain behind the game's events. Although he's only mentioned and pictured in the game's instruction manual, Mr. Nasty is the financial backer and producer of the snuff film ring, under Valiant Video Enterprises. He sells all manner of things, from gimp masks to snuff movies from the hunts. In the game manual, references to Mr. Nasty are accompanied by a picture of a man in a Skins hockey mask who appears in the game's cover art. Though it's unknown if this is actually him or not, it's safe to assume. The fate of Mr. Nasty is left ambiguous, while the manual and website show the snuff ring is active and thriving. With the death of Starkweather and the outing of Gary Schaffer, it seems as though Mr. Nasty was caught and prosecuted, while the snuff empire collapsed. However, it's equally as likely that Mr. Nasty was able to escape public scrutiny and continue his criminal activities. Ultimately, we don't know much about Mr. Nasty, but this has been everything we do know. If you like this video and want to see more, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Looking for more horror fun?
You're goddamn right.
Then check out the VHS comic book series, a parody of the horror genre that follows the lives of 3 teens as they fight to survive a horror movie, where every day is loaded with blood, boobs, and buds. The first 2 issues can be found in the description below.
I was obsessed with the VHS.